What is up, everybody? We got more crazy ass news today. What is going on lately with so much jiu-jitsu drama? I don't understand it, but whatever. Let's talk about it.
I know some people want the real competitiveness of everything, but we just want to be able to go out there and kick the shit out of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, right?
First things first, just announced this morning, we have a banger of a match set for the Craig Jones Invitational. In what is pretty shocking news, Mackenzie Dern has dropped out of ADCC to take on, in a super fight, Fionn Davies at the Craig Jones Invitational. Mackenzie Dern had previously had an invite to compete at the 2024 ADCC. We haven't gotten a statement from Mackenzie Dern yet as to why she'd made the decision to drop out of ADCC to go do the Craig Jones Invitational. I'm assuming it's going to have something to do with being able to give lots of money to any type of charity that she can choose from. I don't think anybody really saw that coming, of Mackenzie Dern dropping out of ADCC to take on Fionn Davies. I personally don't think it'll be a very competitive match. Fionn Davies is just an absolute phenom right now in jiu-jitsu, and she's probably pound for pound the best female in the world right now. What do you guys think? You think Mackenzie Dern stands a chance against her? It doesn't really matter, I guess. It's really just for the show, and Mackenzie Dern was brought into ADCC in the first place off her name alone. Granted, she has a phenomenal jiu-jitsu background, but she doesn't compete in jiu-jitsu anymore. So I guess kind of for that aspect of it, a lot of people were kind of questioning her invite in the first place. But now she's going to take on, pound for pound, the best female on the planet. Let's see how that turns out.
Guys, are you tired of the IBJJF constantly changing their rule set on their gis and their equipment and their gear? You go to hyperfly.com. They've done all the work for you. They've taken all the guessing out of the game. All you have to do is go to hyperfly.com. They have competition-ready gis for the IBJJF, as well as no-gi gear that's competition-ready, since they constantly change their rules on what you are allowed to wear for their organization. You can go to hyperfly.com, use code RHYFLY, that's RHYFLY, for 10% off your order. Go support my podcast compadre, Rai, by using the code RHYFLY, RHYFLY, for 10% off your order. Guys, go get your new gear, since they just changed the rules again on you, and you got to have a very specific gi type now. So, 10% off your order, RHYFLY.
And then in other drama news, I should say, the ADCC Dallas Open had some crazy shit going on this weekend and had a lot of people questioning Mo Yassem's intentions with what's going on with this. There was a match going on at the Dallas Open, a match between Vince Barbosa from the B Team squad taking on Jarrett Lee. Jarrett Lee, from what I'm told and what I've read, was up on points, and near the end of the match went belly down and flattened himself out with only a little bit of time remaining, so Vincent couldn't get his hooks in to get points to beat him. This annoyed Vincent, who postured up and pretended to throw punches at him. Not the biggest deal in the world. But then, kind of in what is a shady thing to do to somebody, the match ends, Vincent loses, he hops up, jumps both of his feet into Jarrett's back, and hops off of him. This, of course, did not go over very well. Jarrett hops up, runs over, and pushes him off the mat. It's at this point that none other than Kieran Kachuk of the B Team runs over and sucker punches Jarrett Lee in the face. Dropped him to the floor, and obviously a big scramble ensued. People trying to grab Kieran, people trying to break the fight up, people trying to jump into the fight. Obviously, you know how these things go at a competitive sporting event like this. You know, testosterone's usually flying pretty high, and when you have people running around sucker punching people and jumping off people's backs, obviously things are going to be bad. The ADCC team members all eventually ran down and tried to grab Kieran from leaving the arena. Kieran tried to grab his stuff. He tried to leave. He actually ran from the ADCC team, the referees, the table people, the organizers in charge all ran down, all to catch up to him, all to grab him and hold him until the cops can come because they called the police. Rightfully so, I guess. The guy he punched in the face apparently wanted to press charges. And you can't just run up and sucker punch somebody in the face for kind of no reason. They just pushed your friend. They didn't really do anything wrong, after your friend jumped on their back. So it's kind of give and take there. Kieran Kachuk was arrested by the Dallas police. Where this story gets really crazy, though, is that Mo Yassim has come out and said he's going to hire an army of lawyers to go after him and show him that you can't just run around sucker punching people and that it's very dangerous to do that, yada, 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 which that is true. It is dangerous to sucker punch somebody, and he's lifetime banning him. Yes, I do agree. You should be lifetime banned for running up and sucker punching somebody. The problem that everyone has with this, though, is that it feels like Mo is only doing this because Kieran is from the B team. And some people will say, well, no, he's banned other people. Yes, he has, but he's never gone after them with a, quote, army of lawyers to show them, the errors of their way. Famously enough, back in 2022 at the Las Vegas Open, right before the actual ADCC championships, we had another incident in which a fight broke out during one of the matches when somebody thought they were getting some hard collar ties and sucker punches were thrown in that same exact incident. Sucker punches from the athletes and from the people running in and everyone jumping into the situation. And at one point, Murillo Santana pulls a knife out and threatens to stab people with it. Granted, if there's a lot of bodies around and there's a lot of punches being thrown and sucker punches, I kind of don't blame him for that. And he was given a lifetime ban for that. But the problem is he was not gone after with lawyers. He did not have the cops called on him. He didn't have all of the ADCC people running after him to tackle him and hold him down to stop him from leaving the arena. And this is where people have a problem with this situation, with the Kieran thing, where it's kind of a double standard. And especially with all the things going on between the B team and ADCC, you can kind of see where people have this idea that maybe Mo Yassim is kind of going after him for, a different reason other than just being worried about people getting sucker punched. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think? Obviously, a lifetime ban from all ADCC events that's a given. I could totally understand that. But what do you think about the cost being called and him personally coming out of his pocket, Mo Yassim personally coming out of his pocket to pay for lawyers for this guy, for Jarrett Lee to go after Kieran Kachuk for sucker punching him, which is kind of unheard of. A lot of people think this just clearly has something to do with the ADCC versus B team squad drama going on right now. And it's just another way for Mo to kind of dig it in on them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What's your thoughts on this? What do you think? Is Mo going a little too far at this point? Is he attacking them just because they're the B team squad? Or is Mo right? Should he go after him? Should he make an example out of some of these guys and say, you know what? This shit's been happening a lot lately at some of these events, especially the ADCC Opens. There's a lot of drama at these Opens, a lot of fights, a lot of physical altercations. A lot of people say it has to do with not having a barrier between the mats and the outside of the thing, so everybody can just kind of hurdle up right on top of the mat, and it causes a lot of problems at some of these events. What do you think? Should Mo back down a little bit with the whole hiring lawyers to go make an example out of Kieran? Or do you think he should go after him with the full force of the law and the millions and millions of dollars that he has? Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you think about the Fiona Davies and Mackenzie Dern match. How do you think that one's going to turn out? Let me know in the comments down below. Aside from that, thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate your time. Stay salty, my friends.